Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Brew of the Brew Show, and I'm here with the host of Game Day on Asaase Radio, Princeton Wiredu. Princeton, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Good to see you.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while
Yeah,
since we did this.
yeah. But it's good to be back on the Brew Show once again.
And this time around, we have a very simple question that we want to debate and discuss here on the Brew Show, and it's: are footballers being overworked? Now, Princeton, you and I were talking about this a little bit off camera, and we have our sentiments, but just for the sake of balancing the equation, do you think footballers are being overworked?
I think it's a conversation that we can't really ignore in the modern game. Before we started recording this, I was watching my United coach Eric Ten Hag, who was lamenting that the games are too many for the players, and this is ahead of United's game in the Europa League. Since the start of this new season, I think almost every week they play twice in the week. So, and not just about the the games that they are playing, but the time between the games they are playing. So
Not enough rest.
not enough rest for the players, and the number of games that they have to play at the end of the season. For example, the Champions League that has been extended. If you are in the Champions League, you are playing now 8 games in the league phase. So this is now the league phase. You play 8 games, and it extends from December to January. So previously, the group stage that was supposed to end in December, with the new league phase, it is ending in January, and then the round 16, the knockout phases will continue from there. It means that the leagues or the Champions League will end a month later than the usual May thereabout. And with this format also means you are playing more games. So if you are going to win, you are playing 14 games in the Champions League. And these teams, the Man Uniteds, the Man Cities, the Chelseas, the Barca, the Real Madrids, they have a certain group of players that the coaches want to work with. A certain, 18, 16,
65.
yes.
Yeah.
That is the group that they want to work with because they feel that they are the best for them too, and they want to manage them well.
True.
So now, it means that if you are losing these players, or it means that they actually want to use these players most often. And if you have to play this number of games, for example, Rodri, City, it's been confirmed that he's going to be out for about 5 months.
Yeah.
That's speculation.
Yeah.
With that, City will have to replace him, but that is a difficult job for them. And when you mention this, people always say that look, the players are on huge salaries, but the players they know that yes, this is an opportunity for them to get more money, and it's something they love doing as human beings, but we also need them at their best to perform. Take a player like Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
He did not play in the Euros.
So that was
He gets time to prepare, gets a good time of rest to prepare for the new season, and look at how he
He
started
has
the
scored
season.
more goals than about 65 or 85% of the teams in
Yes.
the league so far.
Almost every club in the Premier League scored more goals than them.
Yeah.
He scored 100 goals in 105. That's another conversation.
Charlie.
But it means that good rest gives the players more
More
time,
time
to
to
rest.
be at the top of their game too.
Certainly, there has to be something that will add up.
And it's funny that you mentioned Rodri a few minutes ago because Rodri was one of the most vocal components with regards to the amount of games they are playing and why he is not in favor of it. He was even suggesting that players could go on strike in the not too distant future. So for someone as key as Rodri, who before this week, or let's say before the Euros, didn't really get hurt, has now suffered 2 major injuries in the space of 3 months? Because that was July. He came back like 2 weeks ago and he's gone for at least 5 months.
It's scary for the players, and I think for Rodri, maybe after the recovery, he will actually speed up his advocacy and his fight for the players.
Yeah.
There's something that has to come for the PFAG, the players group, the professional players group. That's the welfare body of the players. They have to step up. But the other caveat is that I mean, within the clubs, the managers also have been very vocal about it, that the players need time to rest. But there's a business side of this. And imagine your club is suffering financially, they really need the money to survive.
Yeah, going on
And
tours.
players have this other side of the story. It makes it very difficult to fight. And governing bodies like UEFA, FIFA, who have also introduced their expanded Club World Cup. For me, I think that the solution for the clubs is to beef up the squad. So they need to prepare the season with this in mind, that it's gonna come. So if you have a certain Rodri, maybe you have to get another player who can play at the same level as Rodri.
But
It is very difficult for the coaches.
It's going to be very difficult for the coaches. It's going to be very difficult for the clubs, because maybe, let's say, 20% of top clubs or clubs in top leagues can afford to add an extra 5 to 10 top caliber players to their squad. You cannot expect a team like Man City's output or wide breadth of players to be the same as a team as Everton. And maybe a team like Barnsley is going to go out divisions. They can barely afford the ones they have. And then because they are also going to play a similar amount of games, they would also have to try and beef up their squad. So whose cost is that going to be?
It's with a club. So for me, I think that they have to pay the price. If you are going into competitions, I mean, these are the same clubs who are calling for the Super League and all of that. And if you have made these changes to fit into what they wanted to have, then they have to pay the price, because the players will certainly go off and they will play without them. So they now have to plan for this. And I think that that's going to be the solution for them. As for the players, they don't really have the powers over here. They don't really have that power. But
Is that because Fifth Pro is not doing well as a body, or any other warfare body in this scenario is not united enough to make a stand?
I think they are, just that they don't also have that power to make changes and call for these changes. The game is being governed by a certain group of people, and if those people are in sync and they want to do something, it's very difficult to stop them. The players are going to lament, but I think that it's very difficult to see how it's going to help them come out of this. The truth is that the players are being overworked. Too much football is actually hurting the game. Now you see that players are not giving their best on the field.
Bruno Fernandes.
They are not at all. Even if it's not intentional, the energy levels are dipping and affecting the game.
Now, just to throw this in there as a little bit of a curveball, if there are too many games in the regular season, shouldn't you try and balance the equation by reducing the amount of games in preseason, and maybe stop going for highly commercialized preseason tournaments far away from where your actual country is based, so they add more fatigue to your players?
That's also another way to look at it. But I think most of the big clubs too don't really get their big players. The players that are going to play
The commercial side of it.
in the preseason. So Man City have started the preseason, played about 3 games, started the season before the top guys, the main players came. So they didn't really have time to do the preseason. And preseason is very important, whether you like it or not. You need time to understand what you have to do in this new season.
Yeah.
So there should be a time for rest, no training. You think of this, when the season ends, the teams will give the player the training schedule, everything to do at home. That is not enough rest. They need to get time to rest, holidays, they refresh their bodies, and then they start that new season. Now, the schedule doesn't give them, the calendar doesn't give them that room to do that.
I can't remember which player it was, but I heard on Sky Sports that a player mentioned that out of the amount of days in a year, he gets to rest 42 days a year.
That's incredible. Their families don't get time to spend with them. They don't have time to reflect on what they've done as human beings. It's very difficult. But you see, if the players too, they also love to play the game. And when my managers want to rest them, these are the same players who.
Who insist.
So it's very very dicey. You have something you love, but there are also other negative side effects of it. So it's very difficult for them. Jude Bellingham has played more games at this age than what Rooney played at this age.
And that's really we are talking
That's
about.
Rooney. He had an incredible career. So just think of it. The players are being involved.
Guys, I want us to have tete-a-tete in the comment section as well. Do you agree with us when we say players are being overworked, or do you have a slightly different perspective or opinion you would like to share with us? Let us know in the comment section. Once again, my name is James Brew of the Brew Show. It's been a pleasure bringing this video to you. And I didn't do this alone, as you can see. I did this with Pabna Couch, aka Princeton Wiredu. And Princeton, can you share your social media handles?
Yeah, so it's X is on Kobe Princeton, Kobe Kobby, Prince TON. Yes, that's on X. And they're the same as Instagram as well.
And you can catch Kobe Princeton or Princeton Radio on the social media platforms. And make sure you tune in to Asaase Radio 99.5 in Accra from 6:30 p.m. on Friday. And
Yeah.
you may also catch him on Saturdays at 11 on Team Talk. Same down Asaase 99.5 in Accra. Guys, this is just Remix of the Brew Show. You can find the Brew Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, Instagram, Threads as the Brew Show or the Brew Show 3690. And you can find me at James Remix on Facebook and LinkedIn, or JBrew3690 on X, Threads, TikTok, and Instagram. Let us know in the comment section. Our footballers being overworked. Bye.
All right.